Seeking RAYNET, CQ RAYNET. Listening out for any members of the RAYNET-UK for the Sunday afternoon digital voice activity net. This net is open to all radio amateurs with emergency communication and an opportunity to share views, and more information on RAYNET can be found at www.RAYNET-UK. This is a controlled net, so all calls, unless otherwise stated, have to go through control. And we'll start our check-ins in starting with 8. So any station with the figure 8 in the call line will be like Golf 8, Echo Yankee, G-A-E-Y, name is Mike, and Alison Graham. G-A-D-E-Y, good afternoon, Mike. And do we have any more 8s who wish to? Nothing heard. So let's move down to the 7s. Any station with a figure 7 in their call sign, will they please? Nothing heard. Okay, let's move down to the 6s. Any station with a figure 6 in their call signs would be like to call into the net now, please. Good. Okay. Let's move on to the 5s. And with figure 5 in their call sign, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. I will give a call out in a minute for their appropriate slot. Okay, let's move on to the 4s. Any station with figure 4 in their call sign, would they like to call in now, please? G4KIL, Kilo India Lima. G4XQR, X-ray Uniform Romeo, David in Somerset. G4 REV, Jones, Sutton Crossfield, will be in and out on this new traffic and not expecting an interruption. Hotel Uniform Foxtrot, G4 in and out this week, Graham. Okay, apologies for the pause. I'm trying to log as well today. We've got G4KL Philip, G4XUR David, and John, I missed the last 3 digits of your letters of your apologise, but noted you're in and out. and G4HQF Phil, who's also in and out. John, could you go again with your call signs? I do apologise, I missed the last three letters over.
No problem, Brad. It's called for a Romeo Echo Victor.
Right, thanks for that, Golf for Romeo Echo Victor. Many thanks for that, John. Okay, move down to the threes. Any station with figure 3, I'd like to call in now, please.
Golf 3 Zulu Hotel X-Ray. Ian, rejoining the in and out this week, thank you.
G3 is a late check, please. Good afternoon, and they're out today. Is there any other station with figure 3 in their call that would like? Nothing here. Okay, let's move down to the twos, and this includes all your intermediate twos, regardless of second. Would they like to call in now, please? Nothing heard for the twos. Okay, let's move down to the ones. Anybody with the one in that call, would they like to call in now? Nothing heard. Okay, on to the zeros. If we start with the M zeros, and the M zeros wishing to call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard for any M0 stations. Let's the G zeros, any G zeros, regardless of location, would they like to call in now, please?
Golf Whiskey Juliet Lima X-Ray. Good afternoon, Graham. Name is Andy. RAYNET Pembrokeshire. No, in and out, please. Over.
Okay, GW0 Alex. Afternoon. Thank you for calling in for that. Noted that you are in and out today. Is there any more G0s stations wishing to call into the RAYNET digital activity? Nothing heard. Right, I call out for any UK stations that have missed their slot, regardless of call sign, that wish to call in to the net this afternoon. If you'd like to call in now, please. Nothing heard. Okay, call out for any international stations that may want to call into the RAYNET UK Digital Voice Activity Net this afternoon, if you would like. Right, I will be doing the net this afternoon at short notice as Greg's the engagement. And that is being live streamed on YouTube. If you wish to catch today's net or any past nets, I just search G78 Ham Radio on YouTube, and that should take you to the channel. Feel free to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future notifications, and click the thumbs up if you so wish, and give us a like, and also a section which is also there for any comments you may have. They will be answered, of course. Right, Greg has given me some news, which I'm going to read on the fly. A reminder that band plans are rarely stable. For long, the cheapest amateur radio license in the UK earlier allowed many more people to set up repeaters, gateways, and other services, which puts pressure on the allocations we have. Anticipating the RSG being allocated 145.225 MHz to both emergency comms use as well as internal voice gateways. From the information in the event reports, this didn't affect that many groups, but there are currently 9 gateways operating that frequency according to .net. So please refer to that website often when setting up event repeaters. This is an internal issue. The Speaker of Com released a consultation expanding access to shared spectrum, which, although it looks like it's affected mostly non-amateur bands, does contain a potential to 2320 to 2340 megahertz. Directly affect other users who should be on channel 2 to be in the all-note part of the band, but it is an indication of the pressure on the spectrum market demands. Very few events in the over the next couple of weekends, so what are people up to? So that was reading that on the fly. I've not seen it before. Okay, so go around our show group, which is a show group today. So over to you, Mike. G-A-D-Y, G for LC.
G for NRC from G8EEY. Yes, thanks for taking the net around. Norfolk is nice and warm, quite high pressure of 1,000 bars if you're into the effects on propagation. Yeah, no obvious signs of rain, very little wind. Attended the Emergency Services Times webinar last Tuesday on the results and lessons learned from the heat alert in 2022. This was quite useful. Until October, I believe, when they start doing them again. Well worth a visit, or well worth joining out. The only event we've got, if you can call it that, is a workshop, which I believe will be at Scott, Norfolk, which is being organised by the emergency support community, involves the LRF and the voluntary faith groups. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, had a nice chat with James from 0ZAH when I met him at the local radio club direction finding Foxhunt. He's on the ETCC, and I learned a lot about what goes on there and what they need to know. But I'll have to have a chat with Greg later. That's about it for the moment. So back to you, Graham, from G8.
G4 NRC. Yeah, thanks for that, Mike. And yeah, that was an interesting chat there with James on the other night. Regarding weather, I've just got up a weather station at the QTH here. Airport. Whitboy, and it's temporarily located on a multi-pole mast, which is going to be temporary home while I get sorted with a bracket, and I think I've got a pole that I can put it on the end of the garage as its permanent home. So next to a little hole in the garage, and I've got it set the home Wi-Fi network, or one of them, to load data into the network and set up in Home Assistant. So yeah, quite in the weather. So there we go. Okay, thanks for that, Mike. To Philip, G4 VIL from G4 NRC.
G4 NRC from G4KL, yeah. In the next today, a couple of comments from me. So when you were doing the talk around different things, it can be a couple of profound. Not just mine, where other people had it as well, so it's worth mentioning. Part in RAYNET-UK today, that's at 2 o'clock, that was a data mode one. Just three of us on, from Sussex, who's in Newport, and before there was Adrian from Pembrokeshire, and as I say, data mode using LDF 500, and I think we're getting 100%, well, between 95% all the way around, with I think two of us using 40 watts and one using 25, so that was actually really amazing. And just I will take one of the loudspeakers there and get funny. So the RF is obviously interfering with it here. Okay, yes, that's a mess. For the moment, and I don't know, they're on that is an HS, so you probably wouldn't be interested. No, that should be involved with it more during this coming up month. So anyway, thank you, the 4-hour CT for KR.
G4KL, G4 NRC returning. Yeah, final that, Philip. In the HF nets. But that said, although I've got a long wire up, I'm not set up sort of bedroom come shack at the moment, because it's the desk is a bit of a mess to do any HF to rectify that. I've got some annual leave due from work, so I'll make use of that time in setting the session up properly. Just go around again. Last week's views on the net were 24 views and 2 likes, so thanks for those. Looking at my weather data, the temperature currently, outside temperature, here in Cheshire, or just outside Chester, is 25.7 degrees, and the sun is as the highest it's been today. So there we go. Okay, fine on all that. And last on the list is David, G4X G4NRC. Good afternoon, David.
Okay, so I'm returning to the net. Good afternoon to all. And I did get confused because I thought it was great talking with possibly high fidelity DMR network, but apologies for that call off. Only one, I think one point to mention, and that's the old crossband relationship sequences. We had occasion to monitor an in the other county a few weeks ago now, and they were suffering from what appeared to be significant descents and intermod, and calculations worked out that the 2-meter third harmonic was only an hour away from their 77's output or input, and they were also only 12.5 kilohertz away from the simplex repeater over on the Welsh coast. So just a reminder, or a shared information for what it's worth. Do the calculations and try to stay a little bit more difference when you do 3 times the 2-meter frequency. Anyway, that was it. Nothing else. Very much indeed, and I do enjoy the net, although not very often on the I don't know what it's called now, but you see it on the screen. I'm sure you know what I mean. Good interpreter. Thank you very much. G4X1.
G4XUR, G4NRC. David, thank you very much for coming on today. So yeah, I'm guessing the live stream, and again, thank you for watching those. Much appreciated. Right, okay, so that brings us this round, very short, unless I think it's going to be today. So background to myself, G8EY, G4NRC.
G4NRC from G8EY. Yes, I have to agree with David. We've been using, well, I could say decades as it is. And yes, you have to put a lot of work into making sure of the relationships between your VHF or whatever band you're using in terms of harmonics and multiples and sub-multiples. Yeah, it's always worth doing tests when things are quiet, whether it's working or not. And you also have to be aware of any other VHF or is being used by other parties in the area, because they can all cause in various different ways, so it is not as simple as it seems. It's something you learn by experience, so it's fine. Otherwise, yeah, it's only 24 degrees C here. It's probably quite chilly compared with your location, but there you go. I think that's the only problem I've got at the moment is I've discovered that there's a little bushy plant growing out of the front wall of my property. Inches from it. I don't know how it's got there, but I've traced it down to a British oak. So I don't know whether somebody's been planting acorns, but there you go. I'll have to look into that and try and figure out. From G8EY, and thanks again for running the net.
G8EY, G4NRC. Okay. And yeah, interested on the oak. Somebody must have thrown an acorn there or purposely planted it. You get it sorted out. and all noted on the temperature. As I get more okay with these weather readings, I'll probably like you overreading out on a Sunday. There we go. Okay, thanks for that. Time around to G4KL from G4NRC.
Yeah, it's G4NRC from G4KL. Not a lot of comment, except that I noticed when this is my 100 across band, that the YouTube say the longer I've got on the feeder, the more defense I am between the two frequencies, which is something interesting. I think I've noticed before, ran on the just on the antenna on the roof of the car, and then in the meanwhile set up my Pemi dipole with a load of coax going, and then switch it across and realise there is defense. So when I do that. So not quite sure why that would be. If anything, the map would be better, I think, on the acting as an absorber. I think that's the way I found it. Anyway, that was the only comment there. Off map, all very good. And thanks for that. SSNC should be up next, as far as I know. Look forward to speaking to you then. G4RC, G4K to the end of it.
G4K, G4NRC. Right, okay, no problem. Thanks for the day. Right, okay, I'm not sure David did say he was out the next round, I don't know, but we'll go round. G4XUR from G4NRC. Any finals, David?
First final, yep, okay. Well, the only thing I forgot to mention is that temperature down here in Somerset, 27.6 currently, and the shack is 25.9. I can't afford to put the air conditioning on outside. So it's quite warm here, and zero air movement as it's reported in the shack. Anyway, good afternoon to you all. Thank you very much indeed for keeping the net going, and it's all up to date. Appreciate it. For NRC, this is G4XUR.
G4XUR, G4NRC. Thanks for that. We've got the highest temperature, I think, today, or highest reported on the net. I've just looked at my home assistant again, and the outside temperature is 23 centigrade now. UV index of 6, and a wind speed of 3.4 miles an hour. There we go. I'll leave that there. Okay, so that sort of brings us to the end. Thank you for everybody who took the time to call in. Very much appreciated. I'll be back in his usual seat next year, or next week even. With that, then I will bring the net to a close. So, this is G4NRC now closing down, reverting back to my normal call sign of G7NE. And look forward to speaking to you next week.